everybody. It is that anxiety chick here again today, and I wanted to talk about how I am gradually recovering from my own agoraphobia problems. Um, Basically, for me, I've spoken a lot about the different ways of overcoming agoraphobia and anxiety problems that we have, but not so much about myself and my own difficulties that I've experienced. So I thought that I would share some of that with you today in the hope that it might help somebody. I'm hoping that it might help you. So for me, I've had agoraphobia for a long time now. It would be over 20 years actually. And in that time, what I've tended to do is everything wrong, in fact. Basically, I've tended to do an awful lot of flooding, really, in some ways. From the point of view that I would do very big things, and then I'd have to recover from those things. So say, for example, I would travel very many miles, normally accompanied, and then as a result of doing something like that, I would then have to recover from that. So I was never really overcoming the agoraphobia in any way. In fact, I never have. I started to realise how bad it was, in fact, when I realised that I couldn't even really walk many steps down the road without there being a problem. So I had a look at that Anxiety Guys podcasts, and also I belong to that Anxiety Recovery Forum, which you can obviously look up. I'm sorry, the lighting keeps going a bit funny in here. I don't really know why that is. And what I did then was I learned. I read, studied, listened. There's a lot of information there. Drew, who runs that Anxiety Recovery Forum and also has the podcasts, gives you all that you need to know, really, in which to recover from anxiety. It's just a question of doing the work. And I realised that I hadn't been doing the work. Not at all, not really. I still had agoraphobia, and it was pretty bad. Especially not being able to walk down the road very far at all, not being able to go into shops, not being able to go into supermarkets. There were occasions where I've actually run out of supermarkets, done the whole abandon the trolley kind of thing. So yeah, pretty bad agoraphobia, not being able to travel on my own, not being able to cope with things like traffic jams, particularly, even just traffic lights, in fact. So I knew I had to do something about it, and this is what I am doing. It's basically involving taking a lot of steps back, quite specifically, really. I've had to start very, very small and build up, and that's what I'm really doing. So what I'm doing is every single day I'm walking a certain distance, and it's not very far. In fact, it's actually very short distance. Really, it only takes me a few minutes to get there. And that's what I am doing, but I'm doing it repetitively. I'm doing it all the time. I'm doing it as much as I can. Morning, noon, night, even the middle of the night. I just keep on doing it. And each time that I do it, sometimes it can be really hard. Other times it's easy. But what I do is I go with the sensations and the symptoms, and I do feel them. I feel sometimes as if I'm going to, I don't know, I get a dizzy feeling, I get a panicky feeling, I feel like I'm swaying, I feel like my legs won't walk. It's kind of more than jelly legs in some ways. They actually feel that they won't actually go in front of each other. It's pretty bad. But I just keep going. And I realise that it's no different really what I'm doing than if I was walking around my own home. So it's a lot of it is the way that you're thinking. We know that. And I recognise my own thoughts when I'm doing it, and I laugh at them. And I think, yeah, here we are again. I know what you're thinking. But it's okay, because you've always survived this. Even when you've done big, massive things and really been through panic attacks, always got by, every single one of them. This is no different. So what I've been doing is very, very gradually exposing myself to what I fear. I haven't really got a hierarchy as such. I just think to myself, right, today I'm going to be doing what I did yesterday and the day before and the day before that, and I'm doing it very, very small. I'm doing short distances, and I'm doing them over and over and over again. And when I say short, I mean like 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 4 minutes distance there, and 2 or 3 or 4 minutes distance back again. And that's what I'm doing. And as a result, I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to being out there. I'm often looking around me. I'm not always focusing on how I'm feeling. I often see things, smell things, look at people, they look at me, I smile, and sometimes when I actually reach the destination of a little shop, for example, I'll actually jump on the step and do a little bit of a dance, really, a little bit of a jig, yeah, kind of success. I've done it, I've made it, and then I walk back again, and I look and I think, oh God, I'm so far from home, and yet I will just plod on because I know I'm going to be okay because I've done it so many times, and it's that repeated motion, keeping on doing it over and over and over and over again until you're totally and utterly bored of going to that particular shop or wherever it is that you want to focus on. That's what I've been doing, and I'll be doing that a little bit more for maybe another couple of weeks, and then I'm going to go a little bit further, a little bit across the road, maybe across the traffic lights, wherever I've got to go, and then I will be doing that. And that might take another 4 weeks or so of doing it 3, 4, 5 times a day. I just keep on going out, in, out, in, out, in, out, of making it a priority to overcome my agoraphobia, because I've not done that. I've just been living with it, managing it, doing things like suddenly going into a shop and feeling really, really anxious because I've never got used to just being in that shop and managing or feeling the sensations and the symptoms, and got used to that. And that's what I'm doing. I'm taking a lot of steps back in order to take many, many steps forward. And I will go on from there. So from that other shop that I'm going to try and make, it may take me a month or so, and then I will go further, and that might take me 6 weeks, but I'll keep on doing it until I'm basically bored of it, pig sick of it, and I am going to keep doing it until I will get to the point that I will walk all the way around the block, and then I will know that I am really accomplishing something. I'm accomplishing something now because I couldn't do this before. A couple of weeks ago, I couldn't walk down to this little shop that I'm going to. It made me realise how inhibited and restricted my life really was, and it was just being covered up by me just managing the agoraphobia and doing these random things every now and again. And to anybody else, I looked fine, but I wasn't fine. I have got agoraphobia, and I needed to deal with it head on, and this is the way that I'm doing it. So my advice to anybody who would like to do something similar is do what I'm doing. Take many steps back. Go right back and get really used to each thing. Don't just go out and just think, oh yeah, I've done that, now I'm going to have a few days off to recover, because it doesn't work like that. You have to do it every single day without fail. It's got to be a priority. You've got to be committed, totally determined. This is the only way, in my eyes, to overcome agoraphobia through exposure therapy. That's what I'm doing, and if you need support, then I think sometimes videoing yourself is a really good idea. That's what I do sometimes, because it shows your accomplishments, it shows what you're achieving, and it also shows that even though you think you're anxious or you look really kind of, you're actually not. You look fine, and this will reassure you of that. So it's like getting out there really, really slowly, tiny baby steps, getting used to the sensations, letting them happen, going with them, not adding any more tension, knowing what they are, recognizing them for what they are. They are just a trick to your mind. It's all it is. Fear. This fear has just tricked you into believing there's something to fear when there isn't anything. And gradually your mind will accept that. And that's what I've been doing. And I wanted to share that with you. It will take a long time, I believe, and that's okay. I don't mind if it takes a year, 2 years even, to completely overcome my agoraphobia. I've had it for more than 20 years. I've managed it completely the wrong way by not facing it properly through exposure, gradual exposure, or graduated exposure therapy, and that's what I'm doing. And I have had some support in what I'm doing, you know, just guidance. But I'm hoping that this video here will help you to see that it can be done, and I will let you know how far I get. Thank you.